Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. Let's hope it's better than 2020. Goodness me. So welcome back. I'm here with the first Photoshop Elements design course lesson of the new year. Welcome. So all I've done to start with is I've opened up a blank file, and I also have 3 files open in my photo bin. I have a background, a butterfly, and a little bit of a swirly flourishy thing. So we're going to come back here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shape, because today I'm going to be teaching you about clipping masks, and this is one of the best skills that you can use in Photoshop Elements. It will help you so much when you're creating your digital kits. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to check to make sure my microphone is all in the right place. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Okay, so first of all, we need to add our shape. So I'm going to go up to the shape tool here, and we just happen to have a heart already in there. That's like the default shape. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to create a big heart on my page. I'm just going to move that over so it's in the center. Make it that teeny tiny bit bigger so you guys can see it, and click on the green tick to say OK. So I've created a heart, and then the next thing I want to do is to add a background, because I just don't want a plain heart, do I? I want something beautiful for my digital kit. I'm just going to make sure that that covers the entire heart, and then I'm going to click OK. At this point, I'm going to come up, and you'll see that my brown end paper is there in my shape, and I need to make sure that my shape is always at the bottom for this clipping lesson. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is press the Alt key on my keyboard, and I'm going to move my cursor until it's in between the brown end paper and the shape, and you can see there's this little square box with an arrow. It's just here. There's my hand going up, and I'm just going to put it on there, and as soon as you see that little downward arrow with the box, I want you to click. What it's done is it's created a clipping mask. It's just clipped out part of the brown paper in the shape of a heart. We've basically done a bit of cutting. So there you go. So you've already got this beautiful background of the heart. The next thing I'm going to do is add my butterfly. In fact, no, before we do that, just so that I don't confuse you. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's do the funny flourish first, because this is another clipping mask. I'm just going to place it onto my heart and get it where I want it to be. I'm just going to make that a bit deeper, just changing the size, and I'm going to click that green tick. Now, I do not want it coming off the page, so I'm going to create another clipping mask. Again, I'm going to hold down the Alt key. I'm going to come up in between my French Pretty Flourish and my brown end paper. I'm going to make sure I have my little downward arrow and my box, and I'm going to click. And you can immediately see that it's cut off those edges, and everything now is within my heart. Isn't that lovely? Everything in my heart. So then I'm going to move my butterfly up, and I'm going to resize that. I'm just going to pop that up here onto my heart. Decide where I want it. Do I want it in the center? Yes, I think. Let's see. Not happy with where that flourish is, actually. It's kind of not working with my butterfly. Let's take that off, and let's remind you of, let's just delete that layer, right clicking. Let's just remind you about this undo key. You press Control on your keyboard and Z, and that will just bring you back before you created the clipping mask. So I'm going to move this around now. Where do I want it to be? Maybe a bit lower. There we go. I'm going to press the Alt key, come up in between those two images, my brown end paper and my French ornament flourish, and I'm just going to hold down the Alt key and click when I see that arrow and that square. There we go. And if I want to move this up now, I can. So when I'm happy, I'll just click off somewhere else on the page. Lovely, much better. Now I'm going to add my butterfly. And I'm going to make sure that my butterfly at the top of the page because it's getting in the way of my clipping mask. Let's move that up. There we go. Make sure that I still have my clipping mask in between. There we go, perfect. Okay, if you ever get caught with layers, just take a look at where your things are and remember that stack of paper that we mentioned way back in the first lesson. I think it might be this particular butterfly that is not floating my boat at the moment. I'm just going to delete that and I'm going to go along, press open, slightly different one. Let's go back into my graphics fairy and let's see. Maybe I need something with a bit of a contrasting colour. Let's try one. This one makes me feel any better about my image. Go back to my heart and plop in my butterfly this time. Ooh, much better. For some reason I like this one a lot. It's getting a bit lost. So I'm going to move this down again. There we go. Much better. Just want that little flourish on that heart. And we're just going to reposition and just rotate our image slightly. Don't forget to go back if you're not sure how to do that. Then I'm going to click OK. There we go. And now I could add even another image up here. I could add some wording perhaps. So let's click on my text image. I've got Magiera script there. That's quite nice. I click in my box. There we go. I can write a word. I think it's in white, so I'm just going to change that colour down here. Okay, I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to make my face that little bit bigger. Click OK there. There we go. Might just move that one slightly. Where do we want that one to be? Okay. Here we go. It's as simple as that. You can just change things around. You don't have to worry about doing anything wrong because you can always undo it. And for those of you that don't know about control keyboard shortcuts, you can always come up to edit and undo. Okay, it's quite easy. There we go. So I hope that's helped you get to grips with clipping masks. Followed me as I went along and changed my mind halfway through a tutorial. But I really hope that's helped you get to grips with clipping masks. Just imagine that you are putting all of the layers in the right order for your image that you want. Imagine that stack of paper fine. There is other ways of creating a clipping mask. You go up to the layer you want, you can right click and it will tell you, would you like to create a clipping mask? Okay, it's another way of doing it. I prefer to kind of go up in between the two images that I want to clip. That way I can keep track of everything, but it's entirely up to you. I hope that's really got you into clipping masks. Go away, have a play. Don't worry if you mess it up. If you really get stuck, don't forget to leave a question for me in the comments section and I will come back and help you as best I can. Until next time, everybody, enjoy crafting and craft yourself happy. Take care now. Bye.